Hey, we'll have a little introduction to Rust compiler soon. What every software developer writes when starting to learn. We will write the Hello World program. First, let's talk about the concepts we need to know about Rust. Every executable Rust program starts with the main function. I say executable Rust program. You can write a library with Rust. You can also include the libraries you wrote in the executable file. So we will write an executable Rust program in this lesson. We start by declaring our main function by typing fn, the abbreviation for the word function. In the continuation, right after main function comes our parentheses. Since we will see the details of functions, for now it is enough to know that it is used to take arguments. I don't want to bore you too much in the first lesson. We place the main code block between the curly braces. We may have other code files, but they all need to be run in the main code block to be included in the program. In order not cause too much confusion, we usually call other files within each other and then write the codes that will trigger them all in the main code block. In this lesson, we will write a simple program that outputs to the screen. To do this, we will use the println macro. Macros are very useful structures in Rust, and I should point out that although they look like functions, they are different from each other. For now, just know that function-like constructs that use the exclamation point are macros. With the println macro, hello world we will write. Here are some rules that we should pay attention to. We need to write the text between double quotes inside the parentheses. We do not forget the parentheses and replace the semicolon, which we call our red line, at the end of the statement. In the Rust programming language, every statement must end with a semicolon except for some special cases. In the command system, we will compile and run this code using the Rust compiler soon. First, let's look at working logic of the compiler. In general, we can claim that there are three stages for a working program. First, the Rust compiler examines the source code we wrote and converts the program into object files. If appropriate according to its rules, the created object files are combined through the link, and finally, the executable file is obtained. The executable file may have different extensions depending on your operating system. Now, let's leave theory aside and move on to practice. I created a folder called Rust tutorials in documents. I recommend that you fill the folder names you will create while coding Rust underscore instead of spaces. In this folder, I created another folder named hello underscore Rust and go into it. I'm not currently using the IDE or any code editor. In its simplest form, I'm trying to give you an introductory Rust lesson. Now, let's go into this folder with the help of terminal. For this, cd means we will use the change directory command. Or you can use open in terminal. Now, I check my current location with cd without parameters. I will create an empty file with the type command. I name it hello underscore rust.rs. You should not put spaces between names here. The extension must be .rs. If you know this file, open it with code editor. If you don't, right click it with Notepad and write the sample code. Since I want to write an executable Rust program, I first declare the main function. Rust looks for the main function first, so we need to define the main function. Do not forget to write the parentheses. In the future, you will see that these parentheses can also receive data. Let's keep it simple for now. Next, we open our curly braces. Curly brackets are also used to define functions. As we said, main code block was coming between the curly brackets. After making this definition, I write my println macro in it. Don't forget the exclamation point and parentheses. Hello world in double quotes. Please don't forget our semicolon, which is our red line. We put a semicolon at the end of each ending statement. I am saving it after I finish it. When we do this, we have written our simplest program. Now we need to compile it. In order to run it, it needs to be compiled depending on the chip architecture and operating system we use. With the dir command, I make sure that I am in the folder where the file is located. Now it's time to show the skills of the Rust compiler. I type rustc in the terminal to invoke it. You have to leave a space and write the file name hello underscore rust.rs. Make sure you typed the file name correctly here. Let's start the compilation with enter. We have now created our application file. Now let's print this in terminal. Run the program after typing /hello underscore rust in the terminal. You can autocomplete with the tab key. Well, do not add .rs to the end. It was our uncompiled code file. As I said before, we need a compiled output to run it. As you can see on the screen, we ran our first program. It outputs as .exe on Windows. Moreover, in Windows, there is an extension called pdb for debug. This does not work on macOS and Linux. Now, try it yourself by printing different text on the screen.